Heyo, it's OMNIDOG here. Thanks for tuning in to my overview of the Trial of Captain America, which is getting re-released, reprinted, and I feel like this may be the third time it's been reprinted. I'm not sure, really. I've lost track. I bought the five of these books, the five Omnis that came out. When did these come out? This is an overview of this book. Oh boy, that's pretty tiny print there. 2011 to 2014. Okay, so I feel like these came out starting around 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. And they had been out of print for a long time. And I had been fortunate enough that I bought these, but then I didn't read them. This is October of 2023. I said, okay, it's time to read these books. And I read all five Omnis. I started on a Thursday and ended on a Sunday. That's how good these are. This Ed Brubaker run in Captain America. I'm not really the hugest Captain America fan. I read Captain America and Falcon back in the 70s as a teenager and enjoyed it, but really hadn't paid a whole lot of attention. In the description box below this is going to a link to the video I did from 2022 called something like, Does It Live Up to the Hype? And spoiler alert, yes, it does. And I will, as we're going through it, here's the spine. As we're going through it, I will give you my thoughts about why I think it's so great. There's, as I said, there's a link to my review of it. And let's see the binding here. Now, this is my copy, so the book that gets reprinted, I'm assuming will have similar binding and will be just as good. Marvel's done a good job on their reprints of making them, keeping them to as high quality as possible. As you can see, gutter loss negligent in the very beginning. I'm sorry, in the very middle. It's very nice right there, and a tougher one is usually in the beginning, and you can see the gutter loss there. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this will be just as well made as the book you will be getting. This is the fourth out of the five books, The Trial of Captain America. And I don't think it's got that of an exciting, well, that's pretty cool right there. I only had one choice of dust jacket. You guys will get two choices, and so it'll be up to you what you want to get. I would probably again stick to this one, but there's another one that's equally as good. And we can sum it up. The Fall and Rise of Captain America. Bucky Barnes, the once and future Winter Soldier, took on the mantle of Captain America after Steve Rogers' seeming death. But now Steve is back. Spoiler alert. And the two Caps must decide which one of them will wield the shield. As the Grand Director, Baron Zemo and Sin make life difficult for the heroes. As the Grand Director, Baron Zemo and Sin make life difficult for the heroes, Steve settles into a new role as head of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Bucky's secret past is exposed to the world. Now Steve must race to keep Bucky from a Russian gulag. But when tragedies strike and the Serpent Squad returns, will Steve have the strength to soldier on? Guest starring the Falcon, Black Widow, and more. Okay. And as always, Organic Price Books. $2 off with my code OMNIDOG. 5% off shipping 3 or more books together. Big savings here with code OMNIDOG. Ship it together. So let's take a look at how this book is constructed. And here we have the table of contents, writer Ed Brubaker. I can't say enough about how great of a job Ed Brubaker did on this book. Captain America, Who Will Wield the Shield, Captain America 602, all the way through, it gets renumbered, 617, 619, 1 through 5, and then 6 through 10. So that was published in 2011, so I'm guessing that it was probably around 2014 that I got the original copies, somewhere in there. But they've been reprinted, fortunately, now that we're in the age of reprints. And here you have a summation of what's happened so far. And the art, of course, is fantastic. So you get, this will be the 4th book. The final one is The Return of the Winter Soldier. And we'll just walk through this a little bit. And if you have any doubts, please watch my video. And that should give you the impetus to continue on and get all 5 if you haven't already. But as I said, we're in the age of reprints, and I feel like this is probably the 3rd time it's reprinted, so maybe it's on its 4th printing, not sure, but it doesn't matter. The important thing is that these were whales of the whaliest whale type, man. They were hard to find. And eBay was charging a fortune for them, but now you're going to be able to get them not only for less than cover price, but a good price, at a place like Organic Price Books, where you can get your Omnis pretty darn good at discount. And we're very fortunate that you are very fortunate that you're getting a chance, if you haven't yet, to read all this. That's the first time ever that I've read 5 omnibuses in a week. I'm sorry, less than a week, a weekend. 4 days. So there's Falcon. And looking at this makes me want to reread it again. I have so much other stuff that I need to read that's brand new. But just looking at this, look at this art. And the story is just incredible. This has everything. The main thing that these books have, and the Trial of Captain America is no different than the others, is the important thing, of course, when you're reading a book like this, and it's got 5 sizable books. Actually, it's got a couple that are fairly thin. Let's see, this listed for $100. Not sure what it's going to come out as. I would say it'll be 100, 125, somewhere in there. Maybe it'll be 100. But the main thing you really want, of course, is characters that you care about. You want to root for the good guys and root against the bad guys, but you want a reason to. You don't want just mindless hero worship. You want some deep characterization that's really well done, character growth. You want to see flaws and all, but the will to overcome any kind of difficulties or really lean into your strengths. as a comic book character, and Brubaker does this really well, especially with Bucky, of course, and with Black Widow. That was a revelation to me at how well done Black Widow was. I don't think I was even aware she was going to be in the book. And she is really well done in these books, particularly this one. And you want, I realize this is a superhero comic, but you want believable, it, in the realm of suspension of disbelief, you still want to believe in the villains. They're not like over the top, super powered. They may have the upper hand at first, but and of course a lot of bad things happen in this book because of what happens to Bucky in his becoming, spoiler alert, the Winter Soldier, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now, but if you didn't, that's probably my favorite Marvel movie, the MCU, Captain America Winter Soldier. It is so well done, and it is lifted directly from these books. And I think Ed Brubaker got a handshake and a thank you for that, but I'm not here to judge that. I'm here to show you just how great this book really is. As you can tell by the art and my waxing semi-poetically about how great the story is. It's got a lot of layers to it, which is really, really good. And this is just the fourth book. It's really an epic story, really well told. Hail Hydra, Madam Hydra. Yeah, this book is really remarkable for all its layers and how it's not too big of a story, though. It's a well-contained, well-done book series that really draws you in and makes you care about what happens to these people. And that is a good thing. So as far as extras, let's take a look. Back in the day, okay, so there weren't a lot of variant covers back then like there are today, but there were some. Variant cover gallery is, here we go on the extras. Some really cool covers. I forgot how cool these were. Movie variant. So my timeline may not be right on when this came out, but that's actually not my point. My point is to show you how great it is and why you need to get it. So we have a interview and talk with Ed Brubaker here. Oh, this is great. I remember this. The return of Bucky Barnes to the forefront of the Marvel Universe was not without risk. Ed Brubaker pulled it off, though. Amazing idea that he had. And so you've got this book is really well done with its extras. This is a lot of good stuff here. So there you go. My well-loved copy of Captain America, Trial of Winter Soldier, and you will be able to get a copy of this. If you've been waiting for it, maybe you just took a look at this to remind yourself how great it is, and you need to reread it too like I do. But peace and love, peace and love. Be good to each other out there. Visit me at OMNIDOG's Vault on YouTube, OMNIDOGS_Vault on Instagram. I have a Discord server, OMNIDOG's Vault Discord, if you'd like to join. And I'm on Omnibros every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So peace and love, peace and love. Thank you for watching, and please do yourself a favor. If you haven't gotten this book, please consider it. Thank you. Peace and love, peace and love.